Hey there YouTube, this is Vargas XX78 with another collection pickup video. Just wanted to share the comic books that have been waiting for me at the comic shop. Both books that I've left behind because I just didn't have the money, and some new stuff that came out. I'm a little behind on recording and posting videos. At the time I'm recording this, I'm just uploading a pickup video. I still have a comic book pickup video to post, and well, this one. So I'm very slowly trickling my recording and uploading. So sorry about that, but I wanted to share, like I said, the comic books that I have. I emptied my file. This is everything that I had on that file. So let's get started with Action Comics, number 969. Decided to keep Action Comics because Dan Jurgens is, I think, doing great on action, integrating elements of the New 52 with things from the pre-Flashpoint Superman, and I really dig this a lot. So I might stay with Action Comics until they reach the landmark 1000 issue. This is a book that I have left behind twice because it's a $4.99 book. Freaking Marvel and their high prices, but this is Amazing Spider-Man issue 19, prelude to the Dead No More. I'm sorry, yeah, Dead No More and the Clone Conspiracy. In this one, J. Jonah Jameson's dad dies, and Peter has to deal with the fallout of that. Then I have the Clone Conspiracy number 1, where the Jackal is back, and he's doing his cloning things, but he seems to have perfected his cloning, where he's able to clone people complete with memories up to the moment of their death, and so Spider-Man has to deal with that thing. But like I mentioned before, I don't like the Jackal. Jackal and Mr. Sinister are two of my most hated comic book villains. I just don't like them, and picked up last time issue 2, so issue 3 came out, and this one actually has a very interesting twist, which, if you haven't seen it, I'm very sorry that I'm spoiling this, but the Jackal is not really the Jackal, he's Ben Reilly. So that's interesting, that they've brought back Ben Reilly, who's the Spider-Man clone from the Clone Saga. I'm guessing it's still something involved with the Jackal. I don't think Ben Reilly doesn't even have cloning knowledge, so how the hell was he able to pull this off? So I'm still sure it's something to do with Jackal, and he's just using this Ben Reilly as a front man. But yeah. Picked up Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 1. I pick up the annuals. They usually have a good little mix of stories. Price tag is still $49.99, which sucks, but I picked this one up specifically and excited about it because it takes place in Mexico. This is El Ángel de la Independencia. It's a famous landmark in Mexico City, so it's pretty cool to see Spider-Man in my neck of the woods. So that, I thought, was cool. Also, this one I've left behind for a couple of months. This is Deadpool and Spider-Man issue 10. When the main creative team of Kelly and McGinnis are doing their storyline, this is pretty good because it has, it's kind of touching upon the deal with Mephisto, and the interaction between Spider-Man and Deadpool is pretty cool. But then in issue 11 we have filler issues, which I'm not a big fan of filler issues. I think Marvel struck gold, and that's why they're extending what was, to my understanding, originally a miniseries to a monthly series. Don't know how long this one is gonna last. But as far as filler issues, this one was pretty cool because it has Ben and Teller. It has Teller posing as Deadpool with Spider-Man, and Deadpool posing with Teller. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Picked up Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows. I honestly thought this was going to replace Amazing Spider-Man, because they saw how popular the Superman thing was, where they brought back the married and family man Superman. So I thought Marvel was going to go like, well, we're going to bring back the marriage, and it's not. It's actually a side thing. So they have their cake and they're eating too. They have Amazing Spider-Man with Dan Slott writing Spider-Man in Parker Industries, and they have the married Spider-Man. So yeah, I think that's actually pretty cool because he's still married to Mary Jane, and they have a daughter. So I think that's amazing, and very appropriate that Amazing Spider-Man is amazing. So I'm digging this, liking this, gonna keep picking this up. Picked up Batman issue 12, continuing the I Am Suicide, where Batman forms his own sort of Suicide Squad to fight Bane. I am digging this, I'm liking this, this is very good, but Batman so far has been really good. Picked up the Batman Annual. Annuals are pretty cool, they have really cool stories. Price tag is a bit high, but this was pretty good. I like this quite a bit. Picked up Dark Knight 3, The Master Race, the much delayed, much maligned continuation to The Dark Knight Returns. In this one, apparently Batman dies. And I don't know when issue 7 is going to... It's supposed to be an 8-issue miniseries, but this thing has been delayed and delayed and delayed. It's annoying, so I don't know if they're going to conclude this. This is pretty cool too. Batman and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures. It's the animated Batman teaming up with the animated Ninja Turtles. This is really, really good. I like this a lot. I'm digging this series. Picked up Deadpool Back in Black issue 4, where Deadpool with the symbiote is dealing with Kraven the Hunter, who he thinks is Spider-Man. But yeah, and it concludes in Deadpool Back in Black issue 5. Well, I like this homage to the cover here, and they resolve the whole thing. And Deadpool leaves the symbiote, so it goes to Eddie Brock to create Venom. Really good miniseries. I don't collect, like I mentioned, I might have mentioned this before, I don't collect the Deadpool monthly, because I like, even though with so many miniseries, it's kind of like it was collecting a monthly, but the miniseries format, I think, fits Deadpool better, in my opinion. I like these miniseries a lot better than the monthly thing, so I don't know what's the next monthly gonna be, but if it's not that cool, I'll skip it, because I have missed a couple of Deadpool miniseries. I didn't pick up Deadpool and X-Force, and I didn't pick up Deadpool and Hawkeye, so we'll see what's next for the Merc with the Mouth. Picked up Justice League issue 10, where the Justice League is still trying to deal with this person that hacked them, and now the Justice League has to deal with a whole bunch of villains that are after them, and at the end of the issue, a Meso droid pops up, so that should be cool, because Meso is kind of like a one gimmick bad guy, like Doomsday, but it's always cool to see him. Left behind a couple of Star Wars books, but I picked up Star Wars issue 23, Star Wars issue 24, and Star Wars issue 25. I'm digging what they're doing with Star Wars. Thankfully, there have been no news that they're going to cancel Star Wars like they did with Vader. Unfortunately, I passed on the Dr. Aphra miniseries. So I'm only picking up Star Wars, but I am digging what they're doing with Star Wars. I hope this series continues, and it doesn't get canceled like Darth Vader did, which is a damn shame. Also picked up Star Wars Annual number 2, focusing on Princess Leia, which is always good. And by the time I'm recording this, and again, I'm recording this kind of late, but Carrie Fisher had a heart attack, so best wishes to Carrie Fisher. I hope she gets well soon, because it would suck if something happened to her. Picked up Superman, issue 12. Super Monster featuring Frankenstein, the Frankenstein version of DC. The DC version of Frankenstein makes an appearance in this, and I'm loving Superman. Ever since they brought back the pre-Flashpoint Superman, I love what they're doing with the character, and their dynamic with John and everything. Just top-notch stuff here. And I picked up an amazing issue, Superman Annual number 1, featuring Swamp Thing. And you gotta love Swamp Thing. I love Swamp Thing. And Swamp Thing is dealing with the fact that pre-Flashpoint Superman is an alien in more ways than one, because his dimensional frequency is off, so he's contaminating the Earth. Great issue. I freaking love this issue. Really, really fun. Picked up Predator versus Judge Dredd versus Aliens. I'm a huge mark for crossovers and what-if stories and what have you. And this is fun. I'm digging this a lot. And by the end of the issue, Judge Dredd teams up with the Predators because the aliens are going to run amok in Mega City 1. So this is great. I'm loving this. Can't wait for the final issue to come out. Picked up Uncanny X-Men. Another bunch of books that I left behind because I didn't have the money. You know, DC cost $2.99, Marvel cost $3.99. I went with more bang for my buck, and I left Marvel until I got my Christmas bonus. So, Uncanny X-Men issue 13, someone's weaponizing mutants, and it's revealed to be Exodus in issue 14. A lot of people complain about Greg Land and his artwork, but I have no problem. And Cullen Bunn is doing great with the Uncanny X-Men team, so that's cool. Picked up Uncanny X-Men 15. Psylocke decides to leave the team, and Mystique goes after her. I like this quite a bit. And Uncanny X-Men Annual number 1. In the first story arc, I believe, the Dark Riders were killing mutants that were healing Mpox. And one of their victims was Elixir, but because he's able to bring people back to life and then kill them, he was able to bring himself back to life. So that one was pretty cool, very interesting, dynamic, what they have going here with Elixir. So we'll see how that plays out. Picked up Extraordinary X-Men issue 14, trying to resolve the Apocalypse thing that they had going on with Colossus being possessed by Apocalypse. Then we have issue 15, and everything concluding in issue 16, where Magic's trainee goes evil. They resolve the whole Colossus thing, and they resolve the whole Apocalypse thing. So, pretty good, pretty good. Also picked up another annual, Extraordinary X-Men Annual, where the Extraordinary X-Men team goes into a prison that's holding mutants. Also, the artworks, didn't think that was that good, but nice issue. And this is the big thing. Civil War 2 hasn't ended yet, which sucks. But Marvel's already churning out the next big thing, which is Inhumans versus X-Men. The Terrigen Mists are creating Inhumans, but it's killing off mutants. It's turning them sterile, and it created the Mpox virus, which is kind of like the legacy virus. Beast is trying desperately to find a cure, but there's no cure. He actually figures out that the mutants only have 2 weeks to survive this, and then they're dead. They're going to completely be killed off. So the X-Men decide that they have to do something about it, so they are going to go to war with the Inhumans. And Inhumans versus X-Men number 1. Again, it's a Marvel event fighting X-Men and Inhumans, but I'm honestly worried that Marvel is going to... For a while there, I was worried that Marvel is going to off the X-Men because they haven't been able to find peace with Fox. This brings me hope that they're not going to kill off the X-Men, but they're going to do something good with them. So I hope so, because X-Men, I've mentioned before, is my favorite Marvel team, even more so than the Avengers. I like the X-Men more than the Avengers, but I've actually moved away from the Avengers because with the success of the cinematic universe, Marvel's pushing hard the Avengers, and they're leaving the X-Men behind, which I think sucks, because for many, many years in the 90s, the X-Men is what kept Marvel afloat. So it sucks to see them turn their back on them, but I'm still picking up X-Men books as long as Marvel is publishing them. Picked up Old Man Logan. The artist that did the cover, I don't know her name, is not present here. I hope they haven't taken her off the book. I think it's a her. I read somewhere it was a her. But this was a nice filler issue minus the artwork, of course, where Wolverine and the Howling Commandos are fighting Dracula. Wolverine, Old Man Logan, is searching for Jubilee, who's a vampire. Long story, but Jubilee's a vampire, and she's gone missing. And the Howling Commandos had a vampire that was also missing, so it all turns out that Dracula is calling all the vampires home because he has this plan to destroy humanity, and Old Man Logan and the Howling Commandos have to put a stop to it. Which concludes in issue 15, which, again, despite the fact that the artwork was not as good as the series started, this filler story was pretty awesome, and I dug it. Another good read. Then we got All New Wolverine, issue 15, with, they took out thankfully, the ridiculous title, but this is Enemy of the State 2. Someone is messing with X-23 and made her slaughter a bunch of people, and she wants answers, and that's going to take her to Madripoor. So, also really good. I'm digging what they're doing with Old Man Logan and X-23. And picked up Wonder Woman issue 12, which again, the writing is good, the artwork is good. My issue, like I've mentioned this a bunch of times, is with the way that they've cut up the narrative. You know, present and past, and present and past and present. It takes me away from the story. But I like in general the stories, you know, in the past, and the present's kind of weird. But yeah, still Wonder Woman's still pretty good, and I read somewhere that they're going to make Wonder Woman go crazy, and they're gonna send her to Arkham. Then that's gonna make the Justice League fight the Suicide Squad. I don't know what they're doing with Wonder Woman, but her movie's gonna come out soon, next year actually. So I hope they fix Wonder Woman really quick, because one of the things I liked about the New 52 is what they did with Wonder Woman. Now they seem to be cleaning the slate on that, and I don't like it. But yeah, that was the comic book pickup video. Like always, I like to recommend the standout books, and I'm going to go first with Predator vs. Judge Dredd vs. Aliens. Love the artwork, love the story. This is awesome. My main Marvel person is Wolverine, and I love that X-23 is the new Wolverine. I love that what they're doing with Old Man Logan, so that's a recommendation too. Read that, pick it up. It's awesome, in my opinion, and I dig it. I dig it quite a bit. And this Superman annual. If you like Swamp Thing and you like Superman, pick this up. This is amazing. Really fun issue. Really showcases Swamp Thing and what he's able to do, and you know, pre-Flashpoint Superman. Just good stuff. And this one too, the first Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover I thought was awesome. This is also awesome, so I hope they keep doing this, because like I said before, I'm a huge mark for crossovers and what if stories and the like, and this was good. I like this quite a bit. So yeah, that was a comic book pickup video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoy, and until I see you all again, this is Vargas XX78 from the Vargas Vault, thanking you and signing out.